to the East Parade in Rhyl for the British Open Pairs Championship. And now we're left with just four, the two pairings who will fight it out in the final. This, remember, is the richest tournament in the game, with Midland Bank, the sponsors, putting up £7,000 in prize money. Tonight's winners will collect £2,000 of that, with the losers picking up £1,500. So there really is plenty to play for. As for the men in the action, it's Shrewsbury's Martin Codd and Tony Poole against Armson and Norman Heslop of Altrincham. For Armson, it's the second final in 2 years. Last year, he won the title with Noel Burrows. So let's see if he can repeat that performance with his new partner. We joined the match at the very start. Hugh Johns is the commentator, and expert analysis comes from Jackie Hunt, the former British champion.
So, for £2,000 and the title, the top pairs title in Britain, the British Open Pairs, it's Martin Codd stroking his first bowl away as the shadows start to creep across the green here in Rhyl. And it's Roy Armson getting the line absolutely right, just a little bit too strong. Martin Codd, the youngest of the four bowlers here, and fair to say the least experienced of the four, but that's no reflection on his skill as a bowler. Jackie Hunt alongside me again. Jack, a forecast, a prediction?
Well, Armson and Heslop certainly the favourites to win this game, but Martin Codd and Tony Poole have played exceptionally well in this game so far in the tournament, and wouldn't surprise me if this was a very, very close game.
Tony Poole using the bowl of Martin Codd to halt his forward progress. This man, Norman Heslop, has certainly lived up to his great reputation, being one of the game's very finest players. Tony Poole, formerly a builder, now has his own sports trophy business, would like to add this trophy to his showroom window to show that he is really back as one of the country's leading crown bowlers after a bit of a lean spell.
Norman Heslop, good bowl this is. Brilliant bowl by Heslop.
Won it. Two it is. Jackie, without underselling your playing contribution to this competition, I think we're delighted to see two of the greatest men in the game here, Norman Heslop, and earlier that fabulous little man, Jackie Grimes.
Oh yes, superb bowlers, both of them, and been attached, of course, many years to the professional panel in Lancashire, and I've admired them for a very, very long time. Two great players.
Roy Armson, who's leading in this competition, has been a feature of it. Martin Codd stroking his bowl away. A partnership, Martin Codd and Tony Poole, of some years, but so far they've not won anything major in the pairs game, and already by ensuring a final appearance here in the top pairs competition, the British Open, Midland Bank British Open Pairs, already this is the highlight of his career.
Roy's.
Maybe, Jack, to show Norman what the line is down there?
Well, not only that, but indeed he's blocked his own ball up the other peg. So I would think at the moment there's only one way in for Martin Codd on the finger bias. Just that little bit short again.
Just get one here, Norman, if you can. Just underneath these balls.
Norman trying to come round the back. Needs a little bit more running than that, though. Tony coming topside again.
2 yards short.
Strong enough to promote one of Martin Codd's balls, but was unable to make contact with it. And I don't think Norman will be too happy with that, will he?
Well,
it's blocking it off.
Yes, he's deliberately played that ball to stop Tony promoting the red ball. Decided to have a go at this ball.
Unlucky. So another single for Roy Armson and Norman Heslop.
Well, I think we'll find Roy Armson playing in the opposite corner now. I would think that Roy's done his homework and he knows that Martin and Tony had a fairly rough spell in an early game in this corner. And he's making for that corner. Martin Codd, certainly further. Needs to stop now. It's very fast down there. In fact, it might just have trickled out. Roy Armson, see if he can improve on his first ball. No, he's short again. Martin's better. He's taken the yard out. Good ball, Martin Codd. Norman Heslop, good line, good line.
Oh, well.
You cannot touch that ball, you'll send him off. You've got to come up a peg.
Somebody went bad on him, did that touch. Because now the Reds are holding 2. Tony Poole
You've got to play onto your ball now.
out at the back. Roy asking Norman to hit his own front ball, the one that has just struck the jack. Try and promote it a foot, foot and a half. But couldn't get past the other one. So Tony Poole's last ball. They're holding 2.
Well,
And
he
here's a
looks as
third
though
coming in.
He's found the line. Can he stop?
Oh! Oh!
That's 2.
Well, incredible that that ball would not stop. So it's only 2, but they'll be grateful for that anyway.
Martin Codd immediately making for the opposite corner. Playing a thumb peg, swinging mark, swings about 3 yards. Needs to run. Good ball by Roy Armson there. Now what can Martin do about this? Good line, but he needs to run again. Just give up. Norman Heslop. He's given this a lot to do, but he's doing it. Super ball by Heslop.
Tony Poole now with 2 against him needs a dead length. Come on, down the hill, turn, bend, miss it. Well, has that fallen in or not?
Very difficult to see.
Roy Armson says that the Blues are still in.
Because you're liable to hit your own first.
Well, he's cut it a bit thin this time.
So 1 for Roy Armson and Norman Heslop. Roy Armson setting a thumb peg, round peg mark, out over the crown, more or less bisecting the green on the far side.
Well,
Turned his back on that one.
Yes, he's a bit disappointed with that.
So young Martin Card, has he found the line? Cutting it underneath and is a little bit strong. Roy Armson with quite a lot of correcting to do with this ball.
Needs to run away.
Now, Roy had a bit of a lean spell in his semi-final against Collin and Grimes, and it was the quality of big Norman Heslop here that carried him through that dodgy patch. And Norman's found another good ball.
Tony Poole on a good line, but he's very short again. Well, this is a pretty loose end here.
Yes, I think you need a sheepdog to round that lot up.
Norman trying to find it on the other peg now.
Showing his versatility, but not reaching.
He's given Tony Poole a guideline as to the land. Has he got the length right?
If it's got the legs, it will win it.
Good ball, Tony Poole.
It did win it. Martin Card looks across to this corner, down below our commentary position. He wants to get his block back in here.
Well, his length's right. Nice ball, nice lead from Martin.
Armson can do. Roy, very, very much more experienced. He's out at the back. Roy, who won this competition last year with Noel Burrows, now playing, of course, for the new partner, Norman Heslop. Because Noel Burrows decided to go into a singles competition, which clashed with this tournament. Roy Armson taking a lot of time about this, composing himself. Eager to get it right. Turned his hand over, came in the other way.
Well, he was a little bit short and a little bit low on the land. But again, he's shown Tony Poole, give him a good idea of the land. On the other hand, and Tony's taken that excellent ball.
Norman Heslop looking for a wick off somebody. Don't think he's dropped in to win it.
Yeah, we're still in. Let's still try another one. Yeah, we're still in. Still try for another.
Tony's got to be a bit careful here, because if he touches the blue ball, he'll promote it. He's played on the safe side. He's just dropped it a little bit short. Good ball, really. Difficult for Heslop to just raise that ball now.
Roy inviting Norman to turn the blue bowl over and make it the winner.
Heslop turned his ball over, played a through ball, trying to take the red ball out.
Now the red ball has won it. So after 6 ends, it's 4s across.
The Shrewsbury pair of Martin Codd and Tony Poole then coming right back into this final. Join us after the break to see if they can keep it going.
The things people buy with Midland personal loans. A very old suit, a car that's a hoot, a partner for riding, a plane to go gliding, champagne celebrations, superb decorations, something to blow with, something to mow with, a nostalgic heirloom, an exciting bedroom, a slow boat to China, an antique timer, a grand tour for mother, a gift for your lover. 9 out of 10 Midland personal loans are approved on the spot. Okay? Midland personal loans from the Listening Bank.
I can't see eye to eye with him.
You're right. You know when you're holding a...
What, pint?
No, conversation.
Yeah.
It goes right over your head.
Yeah. He's looking well, though.
Oh, after all he's been through, yeah.
Shocking experience. Shocking.
Oops, he's seen us. Now, don't look now.
When shall I look?
Now. Frank.
All right, Frankie.
You better buy him a Brennan.
I can't.
Why not?
My washing machine's at home.
So?
I left my wallet on top of it.
Oh. There's no hurry. Old Frankie doesn't bolt his Brennan.
Brennan Bitter, the name on everyone's lips.
Eat and strike out.
Night out.
Drink and strike out.
Night out.
Fun and strike out.
Night out.
Party and strike out.
Night out.
Tonight at strike out.
Beautiful, luxurious kitchens designed and fitted especially for you. For quality you can trust, service you can depend on, see FG True, Swansea.
Well, when we left the final, it was all square after 6 ends. And it stayed pretty close after that. First Armson and Heslop edging in front, and then Codd and Poole. It's still level pegging, in fact, when we pick up the action again after 16 ends. 11 all the score now, and the game wide open.
Interesting that Roy Armson is playing this corner about 5 yards short of the edge. He's always keeping in the very green, rather than going into the bare patches, just on the edges. And I think that's quite deliberate. He's played a very good lead.
Martin's reply is good, but I don't think good enough.
A little bit wide this time, Roy. Well, Martin looks on a good road.
A little tiny unlucky with that, just nudging the blue ball forward to make it the positive winner after the leads have finished with this block. Turn of the backman now. Norman Heslop coming in with his, and it looks to be very, very good indeed.
Brilliant ball. Brilliant. Well, Tony's on a good line.
Whoa!
Unlucky ball.
Well, now, Roy has invited Norman to drop one just a little bit short, because Tony Poole, with his last bowl, has an opportunity of playing into the red bowls and promoting something, and Norman has dropped it short, but perhaps a fraction too short, and maybe a gap round it.
Well, there's certainly a way in there. Tony
It's
likes it,
definitely
he's
not gonna be
chasing
short.
it in. Chance.
Go on, go on, go on. Oh, unlucky, and in fact, maybe that's turned it into two. Well, what rotten luck on Tony Poole. Two magnificent bowls. And he gets nothing out of it. In fact, the Blues get two.
Roy Armson again. Just setting that jack about 4 yards short of the edge. Finger peg mark. Looks a bit heavy this time. He's got in the brown stuff. It'll go on a bit now. Well, he'd be disappointed with that.
And this, the difficulty we were discussing earlier, that unless you're on a dead length going into that corner, if you're only a foot through, the bowl suddenly picks up some extra speed from somewhere and trickles on through.
Chance now for Roy Armson. He likes this. Good ball.
First class. Martin chasing this as though he likes it a lot.
Needs to run.
No. He asked for it round the back, but Norman unable to deliver the goods that time.
Well, Tony's certainly played up. He's a little bit low this time.
That'll go away into the ditch. Norman pumping away after that ball. give up.
Tighten up a lot, take a lot of pace. Try and clip that ball away. Not to it, second. No, they've gone. Yeah.
Tony asking about the 2 bowls at the back, in case he could roll the jack back, but he is now told that they're the 2 bowls that went into the ditch. Which really, I suppose, should have stayed there, but they're back out on the green. He's got to hit something. Nope. It's gone through and out. So another single for Armson and Heslop.
Well, they've certainly put a nice little run together here, you.
Yes, a total of 8 shots from being 11-6 down. Nice little run of 8. Mostly in singles. There was one doubler in there. A double that, in fact, was a contribution from Tony Poole, who really bowled a magnificent bowl, but managed to take one of the red bowls out. And
significant change in the partnership now. Tony going in first. Just a little bit short.
Give off the back bowls on. This is 18 inches, 2 foot.
this, I seem to remember, happened with you and Arthur Mallory, Jack, after you'd established a very, very convincing lead. Tony switched to the front man and their fortunes changed almost immediately.
They did, absolutely. In fact, from being, I think it was 14-3 down in that game, they went up to something like 18-15. Well, he likes this. Oh, brilliant bowl by Tony Poole. Brilliant bowl.
So now, can Norman Heslop redress this adverse balance? No change. Be up, but not too far up, is the advice to Martin Card.
Well, what can Norman do now? What can he do?
He likes the look of it. Oh!
Good effort.
Tony taps his foot on that little piece of land that he wants Martin Cod to drop this bowl. Oh no, that's not going to arrive. So that switch has paid dividends for Cod and Poole. Tony Poole leading, pick up 2, close the gap to 1 shot.
I think we'll probably find now Tony Poole playing on his favourite short marks across the green.
Interesting situation, I think it's fair to say, Jack, isn't it? That now we've got Poole and Armson, who are both this sort of mark player.
That's right. Play a very similar type of game. If anything, Tony tends to play rather shorter marks than Roy, but Tony is a brilliant short length player.
Roy Armson's just beaten him. Missed the blue ball.
Oh, well played,
yes.
Tony.
Fine ball. The reflective discussions of Norman Heslop as Roy Armson prepares to put his second bowl into the head here. asking Martin just to beat the blue ball, that's all. Just to beat it. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Good ball. Oh, he's certainly far enough. It's whether he can bend at that speed. Unlucky.
Well, he's nudged one out. Go on, run away another yard. Nope. So no one being told, in fact, that I think he's 2 down at this moment. He's just squeezed through and out. So Cod and Poole pick up their 2nd double in a row and ease themselves in front at 15-14.
Tony Poole shows the determination on his face there. He likes it. He likes it. Good ball.
Oh, fine opening ball. I think Armson and Heslop realise that they've now really got to get to grips with the change situation. Roy was trying with that. Didn't quite make it. Tony can afford to play in off his own ball or nudge it in. Well, that's made it even better. Won't be so far away here. Yes, he got it.
Great ball by Roy Armson.
Two chances here for Martin Card, either to remove the blue shot ball or take the jack back to the 2 back bowls.
Oh, it's just a little bit.
Oh! Hey, that's serious. So now it's turned it into 2 up for the blue partnership. Roy Armson, little secret discussion in the middle. Not wanting to let either Tony Poole or Martin Cod know what's in their minds. Oh, that's a fine ball from
well
Big Norman.
played, Norman Heslop.
Now the secret discussion between Tony Poole and Martin Cod. Oh, big 007 stuff, this. Well, how do you get out of that, Jack?
Well, I think that it's worth having a go at those.
You got to stand up and bomb it, haven't you?
Yes, I think it's worth having a go. They're so close that they must hit the jack, and the jack must go off. They've got to hit the balls, and the balls hit the jack. It should go off, but I don't know what they've decided.
Well, Martin's got one chance, and he's up and sizing it,
Yes,
and he
he's
puts
having
it
a
down
go.
there with pace, and Tony Poole's turned his back on it. And what has happened? The check stays on, and the 2 blue balls are still counting, and Tony Poole had his back to it and never saw any of it at all. And he can't look at Norman's last ball, who can trickle in here and make it 3 again, which is, I think, what he's done, or has he not? No, it's, I think, just the 2 now. 2 it is. So the lead switches once again. Armson and Heslop, nose in front, 16-15.
Altringham's Roy Armson and Norman Heslop then squeezing ahead once more. Join us after this short break to see if they stay there, or if Martin Codd and Tony Poole of Shrewsbury can come back at them again.
Hello, Nobby. I bought you some Holston pills. Most of the sugar turns to alcohol, you know. Look at the head on that.
It's too big.
Maybe I should slant the glass a bit more.
Slant? You do as I tell you.
Well, keep your hair on, Nobby. I'll save this for you till you get out. When is that?
9 more years and 6 months in this hole.
Oh. Well, seems a shame you let it go flat then, doesn't it?
Time's up.
I'll bring you another one to look at next week, Nobby! Nobby! Cheers!
This has been a Holston Pills production.
Cold finger. The taste of tonight. From Cadbury's.
When a car has been as successful as the Vauxhall Cavalier, any changes are certain to attract attention. The Cavalier is now neater at the back. The seats a touch more comfortable. The level of equipment higher. The interior a little more impressive. And the front smoother. The 1985 Vauxhall Cavalier. Now will have even more followers.
Now, a spectacular new world of unbeatable Christmas deals at Dixon's. Like this 20-inch Hitachi Color TV with 5-year parts and labor cover free. This Sanyo video recorder now under £250. The ultra-compact Olympus XA2 outfit under £80. Save £30 on the twin-deck Seisho Music Center. Unbeatable Christmas deals at Dixon's. We guarantee you can't buy better.
Hello.
Oh, no.
Do you always pick Stork SB?
My daughter would never have anything else.
Is that a fact?
It's a fact, yes.
Oh, well, we can't get your daughter to try the taste
No, you
test.
can't, because she's at school, you see.
Well, wouldn't you like to try the taste test?
Oh, no.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
No, because I know what it tastes like.
Well, this final really is building up to a tremendous finish. The score after 21 ends, remember, saw Armson and Heslop 16-15 ahead. We pick up the game again at the 22nd.
Well, needs to run. He's left an opening for Martin and Tony Poole. Oh, that's a nice little nudge. Tony will be pleased about that.
Armson, the reflective stare urging his bowl on. He hasn't. Tony shielding his eyes from the setting sun. Go on.
Just short. Always difficult for the player at the back to try and squeeze through bowls. Well, he's short.
So now it's down to Martin Codd.
Down to 2. Leave it short, Martin. Yeah. Don't play up. Touch any of these balls.
Tony reckons that his two red balls are counting at the moment. Has asked Martin to drop this one short to try and prevent
Just a yard short, Norman.
Norman Heslop
If you can knock that
driving
that'll
through.
go in.
And he squeezed past one, he squeezed past two, and he's gone out. There's a big gap on the right, says Tony. Aim for it, and we could get three. I think he has to.
Chance.
Yes, he's done it. He's done it there. Oh, what a fine ball from Martin Card. Looks as though he might have three here. Three it is. Three it is. What an excellent last bowl then by Martin Card. And remember the opening two bowls of Tony Poole. And as Tony Poole strokes this away, he knows that he and his young Shrewsbury clubmate are well within striking distance of the greatest prize that, as a partnership, they will have ever won. And much of it has stemmed from the dramatic change of fortunes since Tony Poole took over as lead. Very intelligent switch, Jackie.
Oh yes, he's really played well, Tony, at the front. And Martin as well, all credit due. They both played excellent balls. But Roy Armson has just put them there, I think. It's just gone in, that blue ball.
Tony with the shot against him. Woo, 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 he says, and it won't. Vitally important for the Shrewsbury pair that they hang on to the block at this stage. Because remember that vast experience here in Roy Armson and his partner Norman Heslop. And Roy's found another very good one.
Well, looks a little bit tight, but he just could get on the inside. Unlucky.
Norman says, what do we do?
And it's discussion time again.
And it's all secret stuff between these two. They don't want to let the opposition know what they can see, just in case their opponents haven't spotted it.
I think Norman tried to put one in the way there. It was a little bit wide.
Chance here for Martin to play onto the
well, he likes
ball.
it.
Go on, go on,
He likes
go on,
it.
go on, go on, go on. Oh, it knocked it the wrong way. So that's knocked it in for two. And that makes the scores level at this moment. And
Norman
Norman's
has
last ball could in fact put them in front. No, it's not in the count.
I'm just wondering whether Roy will risk it in the corner again.
It's a vital moment for the Armson-Heslop combination to get the block back in their possession.
Well, he's gone into the opposite corner this time. Wise decision. Because they lost three in the opposite corner on the end before. Good line. A little bit heavy.
Tony Poole giving the ball just a little bit more land. Wanted to stop and start pegging in now. Not a bad reply, but it's fallen out. It's certainly not beaten Armson. Plenty of room for Tony to draw in and win the shot. Taken a little bit fine. He's cutting underneath, and he's angry with himself there. He's in fact put all the responsibility now down on his young partner Martin Codd, who stands and waits to see what Heslop will do, and Heslop has increased the pressure. But the double target of bowl and jack is inviting. If he can reach up there and rest his bowl on those two.
Well,
it's going well.
Line.
Bend now,
Good
bend
line.
now, bend
Done
now,
it.
bend now.
Oh,
Aye!
goodness gracious me.
By a whisker. Norman may be increasing the pressure with this bowl.
Well, if this goes in, the line game.
Well, now it's all down to Martin Codd. Those three blue bowls are worth, at this moment of time, £2,000. And Martin Codd, his last bowl. He's got to be up.
He's got something.
He's got to be up. He's got to be up. He's
Done
got to
it.
be up. He's done it.
Great ball.
He's done it. Oh, and still it was a blue. And still it was a blue win there. Still it was a blue winning bowl.
Well, that was a great ball by Martin Codd. Very unlucky not to count.
So, 1918, which is the start of the Great War here, not the end of it. Roy's led out well to his own block. Very well indeed.
Oh, fine ball by Armson. Well, Tony Poole's on a beautiful road here.
Bend now.
Oh, lucky. Roy trying to couple up.
Not quite got the legs. Tony, a great chance here to bowl with some weight. He's undercut it. He needed it narrow to rest on the blue bowl, but he needed it a little more powerful than that to stop the bias swinging his bowl away early.
My word. This looks a good ball too from Norman Heslop. Super ball.
Once again, young Martin Codd finding himself in the difficult position.
Looks a little bit wide.
Go on.
Discussion time again.
You ought to have neutral corners out here somewhere where the players can go and discuss things, Jack.
Well, Norman's coming down to have a look at the situation himself. Well, the line 2 in. I would have thought he might try and play a blocking bowl.
Well, there's a couple of bowls there that have the winning of this match. Meanwhile, Tony Poole's still up there discussing it with his young partner.
As the bowls lie, if Norman plays a blocking bowl, it seems as though Martin could get in the other hand. Well, I think he's done a good job there, but having said that, if Martin plays the other hand now, he could take the block through and could be 3 for game.
It's basically forced him to do that, isn't it? In fact, Tony again decides that he ought to have a word. That bowl in Martin Codd's hand could be worth 2,000 quid.
Well, this is a real pressure ball for Martin Codd.
This is the one.
I think he's got to play a through ball on the other hand.
Here it comes.
Which he has
Dead
done.
straight. It's got to touch something. If it goes out, that's the end of the game. And Roy Armson, a winner last year with Noel Burrows, is a winner again this year with Norman Heslop. £2,000, the Midland Bank British Open Pairs Championship. But congratulations to Martin Codd and Tony Poole, the highest area they've reached as a pairs combination, and they've acquitted themselves well here, going down finally 21-18.
A nail-biting finish there to a splendid match. Altringham's Roy Armson and Norman Heslop then just edging out Martin Codd and Tony Poole, but only after some really stiff resistance from the Shrewsbury partnership. A fine performance from Roy Armson, of course, retaining the British Open Pairs title he won last year with Noel Burrows, but doing it with a new partner. Well, after the final, Armson and Heslop received both their trophy and their £2,000 cheque from Jim Higgs, Welsh Regional Director of Midland Bank, the sponsors, of course. The winners there certainly enjoyed their bowling at the East Parade in Rhyl, and I hope you've enjoyed it too. Goodbye.